Hello, everybody. Welcome in. It's Laura from Tenacious Taurus Twin Flame Tarot, and this is going to be a collective weekend check-in. So we have the upcoming Sun-Pluto conjunction happening today on the 20th, and so we have this Sun-Pluto conjunction at 29 degrees 59 Capricorn. This is huge. This is a very powerful degree. It's not only like the final degree of the sign, it's the final orb. And so mastery, we are mastering these Capricornian themed lessons connected to Pluto, death and transformation. And so we're closing out a major cycle right now within the collective. We are walking into the age of Aquarius. And so we're going to move from mastering the Capricorn lessons, and then we're going to go like 8 hours later, 7 or 8 hours later, we're going to have that 0 degrees of Aquarius energy, Pluto in Aquarius, which is untapped, unlimited, unbound Aquarian potential. And so this is very powerful because this is like the 0 point, the genesis point of taking action. So this is a very significant weekend check-in for the collective. I feel this is a very significant energy shift for the Twin Flame collective because many of us are reaching a place of mastery when it comes to balancing the androgynous energy of our light and our shadow self, of our feminine and our masculine self. And so Aquarian is the water bearer. It's like the cup bearer energy, which is like the Holy Grail and the cup bearer of wisdom, of love. Aquarian energy is unconditional love. And so it's mystical love. It's this mystical rapport energy, this mystical union energy of the divine masculine and the divine feminine. And we all have divine masculine and feminine within us. And so I do feel there's a lot of transcendental energies playing out. A lot of the twins are tapping into these higher dimensions. And then the states of transcendental also reach the lower dimensions of the underworld. And so it is a spiraling of mystical energies as we fully ground these divine counterpart unions. And so I do feel there's a lot of higher octave downloads coming in with the Mercury in Capricorn. We're grounding a lot of these energies that are coming in. I know a lot of the divine masculines have been in the depths of the underworld, in this labyrinth of the human mind, tapping into the higher cosmic mind. And so we are at a major pivot point, I feel, on the spiritual path for those of us who chose ascension and awakening this lifetime. And so there's going to be an opposition to be faced, though, right? And so the Sun conjunct Pluto is powerful. So if you have a sign in the opposite energy of Capricorn, if you have a major placement or planet in Cancer, especially at 29 degrees, there is a major integration happening between the light body and the shadow self. And so between these higher states of consciousness and the lower shadow subconscious labyrinth of like the underworld of the mind, of the subconscious. And so Pluto is the farthest planet away, right? I don't even think they consider it a planet anymore, whatever. And so it's the farthest, right? And so it takes the longest to go around the sun. And so it is generational. It affects generations. And so we're closing out 15 years of Capricornian lessons and karma. And a lot of these lessons are connected to the wounded masculine collective, father wounding. A lot of women in the collective have raised children as single mothers. And so we do see a huge disconnect within a lot of the masculine collective. And so we are rebirthing this, right? And so there's this big disconnect happening, I feel, collectively right now as well. As we go through these union of energies, as the twins come together, it's going to illuminate the shadow self of the materiality in our lives, right? The Capricornian materiality. right? And so the Aquarian energy is the metaphysical, spiritual, mystical energy. So my 12th house is in Aquarius. And so for me, Pluto's been in my 11th house for like the last 15 years. And so I have been rebirthing and shedding layers within my groups of friends and my family and people that I work with and stuff like that. And so now as Pluto goes into my 12th house, as it moves into Aquarius, this to me is saying decades of service, right? The 12th house is the house where it's like the end all be all. It's the house where we bury the past. It's the house of karma, good or bad. It's the house of spirituality. It's the house that knows no bounds. And so the next 20 years is me bringing all of these newfound ideas and spiritual downloads into the collective. So the next 20 years for my personal journey is going to be decades of service, right? And so there's a union going on here. There's already been a mystical union going on for several years now, right? If we think of Capricorn as the goat energy, actually more so the sea goat, we all come from water, right? And so we have to kind of conquer our inner monsters, our inner demons, right? And this means getting to the top of the mountain, we have to face where we are our biggest obstacle, our biggest blocks and challenges, but we also have to go to the depths of the Piscean ocean as well. And so we are ascending the age of Pisces. And so we're kind of stripping away and disassembling the current domination of worldly patriarchy, right? And so, and there's a lot of wounding towards the divine feminine because of the patriarchy. And so we have been living in our woundedness for many generations under a very toxic spell of masculinity, of the wounded masculine. And so we're here to heal, right? Both the toxic masculinity and the toxic femininity. And so we have to go through this spiritual cleansing. And that's kind of the twin flame activation path, is a cleansing of this toxicity, of these patterns. And these are collective patterns, and a lot of the twins carry the burden, carry the load for the collective. And so I do feel this is a major turning point. It signifies a massive collective like detoxification. And we need to remember Pluto is going to go retrograde again later this year, and it will go back into Capricorn later this fall. And so we kind of got to clean it up now. We got to tie up these loose ends now, because if you still are sludging through the Capricornian lessons and not stepping into mastery when we've been afforded the chance to go into this place of healed wholeness, boy, get ready for a tower later this year. And so we are at a turning point of healing, and we can't heal without the embodiment of truth. And first we have to get honest with ourselves. And so there's precisely a very spiritual union going on with the divine feminine this weekend. I feel the divine feminine, harnessing the darker feminine, receiving energy, and also integrating the masculine yang energy of doing. And so a lot of the feminines are finding their drive to go towards this healed state of wholeness of being, which is then triggering the masculine to awaken, to step fully into the age of Aquarius, right? And so the twins, we each have been called. We have all been called, but not all of us are going to have the courage to step forward and answer the call. And so we do need to be willing, divine feminine, to leave the divine masculine behind if he is not willing to step into his own state of wholeness after this weekend, after this shift. And so there's a lot of divine, dark, masculine energy being brought to the surface, I feel, this weekend, as the feminine reaches a state of healed wholeness and alignment of being. And so we are all being called right now to go through this union. And so as the feminine has the courage to answer the call and to integrate and to step into completion and wholeness, this will then trigger the masculine for his union and awakening, and the prerequisite of fulfilling this respective soul contract, soul mission work that we're here to do this incarnation, this lifetime, right? Because many of us have traveled across many lifetimes, many incarnations, and this is the lifetime we agreed to come into union to go through this very intense period of personal transformation, right? And it is about empowerment. Aquarian energy is about empowerment for the people, for humanity. And so the Sun conjunct Pluto is kind of increasing this drive to find our strength for empowerment, right? A lot of us are here to be public influences and to help shift the outcomes in others' lives positively, and which is the energy of decades of service, right? And so there's going to be some power struggles this weekend when it comes to any karmic underhanded tactics, when it comes to any manipulative, controlling behavior. Okay, and so we're going to want to focus all of our energy to this lesson of understanding power struggle dynamics within relationships. And so we might have to confront a certain situation, a person, a relationship. I do feel a lot of the masculines do have somebody interfering in their lives, which is trying to suppress them and keep them stuck. And so we need to remember we all have the strength to embrace this period, this transformational period. There's something leading up to the full moon Leo that is closing out Lionsgate last summer, the Lionsgate portal. So I just feel we're in this powerful transformative potential. The energy is very intense and we're all feeling it. We cannot avoid this intense period collectively because we are at the pivot point of making conscious choices moving forward. We are the divine director. We get to shape our physical reality, but we do have to dive deep into the profound shadow aspects of self to kind of clear the distorted programming within our consciousness, so we can repair the veil, right? We can repair and rectify the past and the karma that we came here to heal. And so get ready to navigate some challenges this weekend, but understand that we have the wisdom, right? We have the Aquarian wisdom to face these challenges, any problems or problematic situations. So I just feel a lot of heightened senses, a lot of intensity, a lot of deep need to confront these issues that have kept us stuck. So be prepared to address any and all unresolved issues connected to the Capricornian lesson or that area of your life or your birth chart that's requiring that attention. So I just want to ask you, are you ready to pursue your dreams? Because if you are ready to pursue your dreams and answer that call, you're going to have to take a leap of faith. You're going to have to take a step forward and maybe step into the spotlight. But I feel a lot of crown chakra downloads, and we are on the precipice of a major collective breakthrough and change. This is the Great Awakening, guys. This is what we came for. So let's jump in with some cards for the weekend check-in and see what other messages need to come through. We're going to jump in with the Kyle Gray activation deck. Look at that. That Akashic Stargate that came out, I believe, in the daily message yesterday. And we get Shambhala initiation. So we are at a crossroads, guys. We are ready to create change. So we might need to retreat this weekend. That's the hermit energy, recharge. We're going to have to trust in the process. So not only is there a karmic reckoning taking place, there's also a lot of dharma being received. And that's the energy I feel of a lot of the feminines receiving their dharma as we walk through this gateway. And so that's the energy of choosing to answer the call, guys. We have to choose to answer the call and to walk through that doorway. So nobody's coming to save us. We kind of got to do the work, right? Let's see what other messages need to come through for the collective. Ooh, Sword of Light, Hathor Light Code. So there is like this light immersion. And I do feel we have been going through this whole DNA upgrade, this full system upgrade. Since Lionsgate, the light codes have been coming in very strong for us to go through like this recall, this process of soul retrieval to recall back our power. And so there's a lot of truth. It is the breakthrough energy. And I do feel that's the sword that kind of severs, that cuts the toxic cords. So let's see what other energies need to come through for the collective for the weekend check-in. Yeah, okay. Bottom of the deck, the Stellar Gateway activation. We are walking through a portal gateway. We are walking through the Temple of Truth. which is our own personal truth. There's a lot of throat chakra activations. And so this is about authenticity. Aquarian energy is all about authenticity, our authentic self-expression. And so there is challenges to face. We are stepping into spiritual acceleration. We're going into the age of Aquarius. We're going into a lot of air energy, which does mean accelerated motion. It does feel like things are speeding up. Like this week has just like flown by. It's like, where did the week go? Everything just feels like in the flow, progressing, forward motion, as we kind of drop all of our shields and we embrace this divine love that surrounds us right now. We go through this heart healing. I feel a lot of the feminine's heart has healed, which is opening a key when it comes to memories of Atlantis as we go through this activation. So we're like in like a space-time continuum vortex of remembrance as we manifest these infinite unions, right? But it does require speaking that truth. So I do feel a lot of Akashic memories. With the Akashic records, we get the Holy Grail, and I mentioned that energy earlier in the read. We got the Sword of Light, or the Sword of Truth, again with the Arcturian light code. So you might feel connected to the Arcturian starseed collective at this time, but I feel there's a lot of Age of Aquarian evolutionary downloads coming in for those of us that are here on like a double mission of twin flame union and channeling. And we are protected as we kind of recall these memories, our power, and bring this future forward thinking into the collective. What did I channel? I was sitting there drinking my coffee this morning, and I was thinking, like, I remember being a little girl, and I know one of my favorite cartoons would have been like the Flintstones and the Jetsons. And I think the Jetsons predicted, like, right now we'd be flying around in spaceships and robots cleaning our houses. So we're really not that far off from that turning into the Age of Aquarius. But I feel like we're cutting these cords, we're severing things. Like, not everybody is coming with us, guys. We are in a massive timeline split. And so we're clearing the old programs, we're clearing the old Akashic memories, the old stories. So we kind of got to swim through the density of the fourth dimension, which is the heart chakra, the collective fourth dimension of, you know, all of these distorted beliefs, the past memories, the truth, sorting through the truth, and releasing the past lives, right? And so don't attach to the memories. This is who we are this life. There's a lot of past life memories surfacing for the clearing of the karmic board. And so we are on the precipice of stepping into freedom. And so what you are seeking is seeking you. So find sacredness in the breakdown, because the breakdown is the breakthrough. And so there's a lot of higher heart activations, I feel, taking place this weekend. So let's break it down a little bit further with the Spiritual Journey Oracle deck, and we get the wounding. And so through the sifting of the wounding activates the psychic abilities. The heart is the gateway receptor of the psychic impressions of the downloads that we are receiving. And so there will be confusion if the heart has not been purified. And so we have to go into many cycles of challenging relationship dynamics to trigger the wound. And so the person triggering the wound really isn't the one holding the gun. They're just there to show you what is unresolved deep down inside of you. And so the twin triggers you at the core wound, right? And so we got to recognize, though, where we play a role in these soul agreements, right? We're here to look in the mirror of self. It's not about projecting onto the other person. And so a lot of past life wounds are coming to the surface for clearing, and psychic abilities are coming back online for many in the collective. So continue developing these abilities. There's going to be a lot of crown chakra activations and third eye awakenings. And so a lot of these senses can be very overwhelming as they come back online. 1919. I just feel like a breakdown of the ego. That's also the Sun card. And so something is coming to light and being illuminated as part of this transformation. The shedding. That's the Pluto energy, the death energy, the transformation. There's going to be relationships leaving your life, jobs leaving our lives, anything that is not aligned with the age of Aquarius, the age of service, right? Okay, so we get spiritual places, spend time alone, and your authentic voice. This is about like the holy truth. We need to be willing to speak our truth and express ourselves openly and honestly to remove any blocks in the heart, right? And so many of us are just being called to bring it within, right? It's an inner journey. Bring it within, retreat. I do feel there's going to be like a receiving of a message. I do feel, get ready to receive a message. I feel there's an intense heart chakra activation taking place for many within the masculine collective. And I do feel those that are choosing to answer the call, the divine masculine is ready to speak up and share what they've learned as part of their intense karmic experience. So there's something surfacing. The journey really is, the whole spiritual journey really is about accountability, right? To look in the mirror, to look at the self, to go within, to take ownership of the past, the present, and the future, and then to step into shining that light, right? Because shame, guilt, shame, it really is like a wasted emotion, a wasted energy, but it's there to serve as a teacher, to teach us something about ourselves. It means, hey, like you have empathy. If you can go in and feel shame, and regret or feel bad, it means you have empathy. It means you are able to self-reflect and to feel, right? We're here to feel as a human being. So we're shifting the old mindsets, I feel, with this transit, releasing the negative self-talk. We're releasing the limiting behaviors, the people connected to those behaviors, and we're ready to go towards replenishing ourselves. So I feel many of us are coming into an illumination of our path, our purpose. It's been feeling like lost with no direction for a lot of us. And so maybe this is an exploration of a deeper journey to the depths in the underworld to reach the highest, higher self, right? So evolution, karmic lessons, evolution, get ready to be triggered. The energy is not going to be easy. It's going to feel very chaotic when it comes to certain situations and addressing certain patterns. So get ready to bring up this behavior to be addressed and corrected once and for all. So there's going to be a shift in a very powerful way this weekend. Let's jump in with some cards and see what else needs to come through. Judgment, Ace of Coins. And so this is the judgment, right? This is the soul retrieval. This is like the past life reviewal. This is the energy of judgment. When you cross that threshold and you go to the other side and you are judged and you are there in front of, all of your crossed over loved ones, and you kind of got to face, like, are you walking through the doorway? Are you stepping into heaven, or are you going into the underworld? And so we all have the ability to do this life review now. Many of us are doing that now. And so we do kind of got to look at the past. That is part of this awakening, is atoning and amending for the past. And so there is going to be a judgment call as this Sun conjunct Pluto takes place. And I do feel it's kind of stripping the illusions. And this could also mean like a banking crisis. There could be a financial crisis collectively too. So let's see what message needs to come through. We get the Knight of Wands, the High Priestess reversed, the Ace of Swords. There's that truth. And so there's like this energy of revelation coming out of the darkness. We get the Three of Swords. I saw it. We got the Wheel reversed. And then we get the Seven of Wands reversed. This does feel like a heart activation. It does feel like a very, very triggering and painful heart chakra opening. We get the Temperance in reversed, Sagittarius energy. This is healing the distorted masculine collective, is exactly what it feels like. And there is a new chapter here with the Page of Swords and the Palace of Cups. It feels like a massive heart chakra awakening. Bottom of the deck, we get the Five of Pentacles, the Four of Pentacles, the Page of Wands reversed, and there is that heart healing. And this is the pinnacle, right? And so we are at the pinnacle on the journey. There's an opportunity to plant the seeds for something new, something loyal, something that will grow into unlimited abundance. But we first have to heal underlying truth that has been avoided. Maybe when it comes to a missed opportunity, this is a massive heart chakra awakening. This is fated, destined change. You can't stop it. This is like a huge loss, maybe. Like I said, this could be a huge loss in finances. It's Jupiter energy, which expands. And so this can amplify and expand a loss. But I do feel this is to open the heart, right? We have to go into the depths of feeling the past wounding and trauma to overcome this sense of lack, right? This lack mentality, this fear of not having enough. And I do feel healing a mother wound, a father wound, an abandonment wound in order to heal self-worth, self-value, right? And so deep inner child healing for sure is taking place collectively, and this is also healing the ego, right? This need to seek to destroy others to win at all costs, or maybe a recognition of where you've been the villain in somebody's story and where something needs to be rebalanced and rectified, maybe towards a divine feminine. But I just feel like this is all these truths unveiled is the energy coming through this weekend. And there's going to be some challenges, delays, and obstacles to face because we do have somebody here that maybe, you know, needs to grow up, face some inner demons. I would like to clarify the High Priestess reverse because this is like a truth bomb energy coming out connected to a Knight of Wands, Aries, Leo, Sag. It's just like an immature masculine energy, right? And this is what we're leaving behind, creating connections out of lust that never really mature, right? So let's clarify that High Priestess reverse, that Ace of Swords, because that's a truth bomb. Oh, King of Cups, Queen of Cups in reverse, and the Lovers reverse. So this is a huge disconnect. This is like a closing of a karmic relationship cycle. You know, so many of us, before we awaken, we jump into connections and we manifested out of lust, right? That's lust. There was a lack of love here, and I just feel this is like a truth bomb when it comes to leaving a karmic cycle behind. So I feel there's a feminine here in a state of emotional denial, maybe very upset, having a hard time handling her emotions. And we've got a masculine here that I feel is staring a situation in the face and maybe wanting to sneak away, right? So we do have a masculine here that I feel maybe has done a lot of heart healing behind somebody's back in a connection, preparing to leave something behind. But I feel this energy of blocks removed. Gemini, two people that at one point in time likely were soulmates. So we could have two water signs here. I feel Pisces feminine energy and Cancer, Scorpio, perhaps masculine. Doesn't have to be. But I just feel, you know, what we resist will get louder and louder and louder. And so this is a long overdue ending that likely, you know, is like closing out a 4-year cycle. Something about the Gemini North Node and Taurus North Node closing out like a 4-year cycle. And so somebody's really held on to a situation that I feel should have been walked away from a while ago. That's like the masquerade's over. And I do feel it's like it's really time to have faith. This is like releasing an illusion. This really wasn't happily ever after, and learning to respect yourself, self-love, right, Scorpio? There's an ending here. So this is going to hurt. Let's clarify the wheel. Like this is divinely orchestrated and destined to happen, right? And so this really was a connection that was never going to go anywhere. Right? It was never going to go anywhere. It never really led to anything solid. And there's a lack of passion. And so I feel there's like a rebalancing. There is something here so much better. And there's that accelerated ascension. It's like once this cord is cut, it's like once you walk away and move on, it's like you're going up there wide open. I heard wide open. But first you got to go into the depths of the underworld with the Palace of Cups in reverse. So let's clarify that. We get the Tree of Life in reversed the 10 of coins in reversed, and the Fool. There's a new beginning here, but it comes with a painful ending, right? You kind of got to drop to the depths of the bottom of the heart. So there is an activation, there is a new beginning, and I do feel somebody is going to be moving on from a situation. Once Uranus goes direct, there's going to be a big bang. I think things are confusing. We do have a masculine here, I feel, getting a major wake-up call. They've likely been in the dark night of the soul facing challenges, which is coming to an end. It's like the rug's getting pulled, options are running out, and there is a major realignment taking place this weekend. So let's get you one last message from Spirit, if this is your message. Be brave, you can do this. Be brave, you can do this. Somebody needs to leave something behind and be brave and get honest here. How do you see yourself in this situation? Self-awareness will help you gain that higher perspective, but I feel it's time to leave something behind. Your life is going to be drastically different. So beware. There's a test here. You are being tested. You are being tested. You are evolving. You are learning a valuable, difficult karmic lesson. And a divine partner is on your path. And so this is a connection like no other. So there is a karmic lesson, difficult past karma being worked through. The universe is pushing somebody forward to pay attention to the signs, the synchronicities, and to process these deep emotions. There's a masculine here all up in their feels this weekend, going through a heart chakra activation. And I feel recognizing a divine partner, going through some type of soul recognition. And that's kind of what I got, guys. Holy moly. If you would like to book a personal or a soulmate reading with me, I encourage you to check out the description box below. There you will find a link to the website to book a reading. There is also a link below if you would like to join me on a journey of learning the tarot. I am doing another online tarot class beginning in February. So there is a link below to join the class. I'd love to have you join me. And I do look forward to seeing you all again next time. Thanks, guys.